Most fuzz pedals in my studio are either germanium like these or silicon like these. But today we're going to talk about probably the least common type of fuzz, CMOS. And we're going to talk about it because I think it's interesting and I don't see a ton of people talking about it. So CMOS fuzzes basically have a chip in them called a logic chip, which turns your signal into a square wave. And it's been a while since I've tried a CMOS pedal. The last one I tried was 3 years ago and it was called Earl. And now I just got my second CMOS pedal ever called Glitchwitch. These kind of fuzz pedals can feel really video gamey and glitchy, and Earl and Glitchwitch both add something extra to the fuzz, which is what I think makes them really good. Earl has a filter that's based on a popular synth, the Korg MS-20. And the Glitchwitch has this crazy glitching element that makes it just sound like it's zooted out of its mind. I made a video about Earl that I'm going to link down below, but now for the rest of the video, I'm just going to be talking about Glitchwitch because I think it takes the idea of CMOS exactly where it should go, and I don't think there's anything else like it out there. My favorite thing about Glitchwitch is that it will go faster depending on the pitch of the note you play. So, for example, it's faster. Oh, it's really fast. That's not a note. This foot switch over here turns the fuzz on, so you can use the CMOS fuzz alone. This knob lets you blend in the clean signal, which can be really helpful for things like bass. It's got a gate that controls how quickly it sputters out when you hold out a note. It's also got these EQ toggles over here which control the low and the high end. And this foot switch over here turns on the glitchy, weird stuff. The fuzz is modulated by itself in a really complex way so that the pitch of the note influences how it's glitched, which is why the higher notes are faster and the lower notes are slower. This voice toggle lets you choose between a tremolo type effect, a back and forth pitch shifting kind of thing, or a mode that's just really unstable. From there, you can control the depth of it, and this divisor knob over here snaps to different tempo divisions. All of this stuff sounds like this pedal would be digital, but it's actually 100% analog, which doesn't make sense to me. Because it uses like a digital logic chip, but it's somehow analog.
Yeah, I don't know.
What the hell? How?
I don't know.
Why?
Oh, hi, Emily. Well, I'm so happy that you asked. One of the things I love most about CMOS logic chips is that they exist in this sort of overlap of what we would consider to be analog and digital, and it really depends on how they're used. The chips themselves are just package networks of standard analog components, transistors, resistors, etc. There's no code, no storage, no sample rate or latency or analog to digital conversion. But they're called logic chips because they're special configurations of components that are primarily used to conduct binary logic operations. And when they're used in that way, to represent or compute digital binary data, they should absolutely be considered digital devices. But when we use them to shape sound, and use their output directly as a fluid audio signal, as is seen in phase-locked loop effects, synthesizer oscillators, and even somewhat commonly as a simple way to create tube-like overdrive clipping, then they're being used as analog devices. In the same way, even the simple transistor can be an analog device when used in a fuzz pedal, or a digital device when it's one of billions used to store and compute data in a personal computer. But the thing I like most about CMOS logic chips is that they sound friggin' gnarly.
Making weird sounds is fun, but my question always is, how can I use this in the music that I'd actually want to make, and how well does this work on a pedal board? My first thought to use this would be making a digital sounding classic video game track. So first I'm going to make a low resolution beat using my drum machine. I find it more difficult to use this on low or mid-range instruments in a mix without the harshness competing with higher pitched instruments. So when I plug my synth into this, I add a low pass filter after it to control some of those high frequencies. Glitch Witch is also mono, so this pedal is going to help give it some stereo width. Then I'm going to put this on lead guitar, but I'm going to add this ping pong delay after it because I want to add stereo width, and the part felt too dry with just the Glitch Witch. After that lead line, two guitars are both going to use Glitch Witch and harmonize with each other, which is a really cool way to use it alone on lead instruments. And all that together sounds like this. Normally I would say that having no external control is bad, but honestly there wasn't a moment using this where I actually wanted that. And you could add something like an MS-20 filter after this and make it the perfect combination of Glitch Witch and Earl. And I can't imagine wanting anything more from a CMOS fuzz. This is one of those rare pedals that works really well on harp, but is way easier to explain using guitar. But this responds really well to piezo pickups, so before I go, I'm going to use this on the bass strings of my harp. And then I'm going to use this reverb pedal on the full range of my harp. Thank you so much to Cosmodio Instruments for sending me the Glitch Witch, and thank you for watching this video.